Противник використовує всі і заборонені засоби, і важку артилерію, зносить місце з лиця землі. Ну, це на даний момент так.
Along this road, we're basically edging the front line. It's a few hundred meters away, and apparently, just this crossroads that we're at right now, dead ahead is a village that is occupied by Russian forces. So we've got to drive down here as quickly as we possibly can, because the threat of anti-tank fire on us, the villages around here are pretty near deserted because it's so close to the fighting.
Сюда как бы только военные могут заезжать как бы и работать по своим направлениям, да, которые как бы так. Все, идемте.
This drone commander is taking us to meet his unit that is hiding somewhere in this abandoned, destroyed village. They need to keep out of the sight of Russian drones that are also flying overhead. This is the southeastern front line in a region called Zaporizhzhia. This direction of fighting is often forgotten, as the global focus has been on the battles further east.
Шайтан, на связь.
Шайтан, на связь.
Де ви зараз?
The drone team are planning on doing an observation in the next few minutes, but they're taking shelter here at the moment in a shed, so they can't be seen from the skies. In the background, there's quite regular shelling.
So we are changing our position because enemy drones are also flying around there. So we need to take cover and find any spots to fly.
Since Russian President Putin invaded Ukraine last February, the Ukrainian forces have been outnumbered and outgunned in what has morphed into a bloody artillery war. But a game changer for the military has been the drone squads. You're high-profile targets for them. If they take you out, then you're basically the eyes of the artillery.
Yeah, artillery can't work just randomly.
Yeah.
They need to see where they shoot. They need to see if they got or not. So we are the eyes.
Using simple civilian equipment, the soldiers are able to spot targets, direct and correct fire, making the Ukrainian artillery far more accurate and so efficient. This has become essential as ammunition has become sparse. Defence contractors estimate Ukraine is firing more than 6,000 artillery rounds every day, equal to a small European country's orders in an entire year. After repeated requests from the Ukrainians, European Union leaders finally agreed to a multi-billion euro military aid package of 1 million artillery shells. A small drone squad like this one can make a huge difference in ensuring Ukraine does not waste those shipments. So that puts them in the line of Russian fire. There is a constant back and forth of information between the artillery crews, drone units and central command. A few kilometers away at an artillery position, they adjust their coordinates accordingly. The brigade have just finished firing a volley of shells towards Russian positions, and they've asked us and the other soldiers now to take cover just in case of incoming. It's like this every day now, as it's getting increasingly kinetic in the southeast. At these front lines, all the soldiers say Russian forces have been busy fortifying their positions.
They're collecting a lot of places and they're digging in the ground to create more space for the troops.
So they're basically digging trenches, getting more forces in, and they're building up around here. You can see the build-up.
Звичайно, вони постійно назбирують якісь сили і стараються прорвати в тому чи іншому місці наш передній край. Тут ребята.
Infantry soldiers also stationed here explain that the Russians are doing this as they're trying to punch through Ukrainian lines. They believe Moscow wants to open up another front and weaken Ukrainian positions to the east in Donbass.
Проходженні противником цієї лінії оборони відкривається противник виходить на стратегічний напрямок на Дніпро, Київський напрямок, і тому окажуться у невигідному положенні угрупування наших військ в районі Харків, Херсон. Тому вся на зараз мощь їхньої армії направлена на цей напрямок.
Russia's relentless shelling of the towns and villages in Zaporizhia, like this one called Rihhev, is making life a living hell for the residents still left here. People here are struggling without electricity, without water, without gas, in the middle of a bitter winter. As you can see behind me, it's pretty much a ghost town. A lot of the people that we're speaking to are essentially spending most of their days underground.
В Оріхові робимо пункт незламності. Це можливість людям прийняти душ, попрати речі, поїсти, медикаменти, ну і інтернет. От тут ми хочемо це все зробити.
Дуже багато людей виїхало, дуже велика кількість. Залишилося нас десь близько 1900 жителів, це з сільськими територіями.
As if on cue, the interview is interrupted by an explosion and the arrival of a Russian fighter jet.
Лягала спати і думала, боже, хоч би проснувся.
In the meantime, soldiers are fighting to hold the line with dwindling resources. They say military aid packages like the one the EU signed this week are essential.
Однозначно тільки боєприпаси, більше боєприпасів, тоді ми завершимо вже цю війну нарешті.
Знизу,